Ladies and gentlemen, this is Coach Matt. Welcome to the Train Hard, Live Strong podcast. And I'm super excited to share with you what this podcast is going to do for you, how it's going to change your life, and how it's going to help you achieve your body and health goals. Okay, this is the very first episode of the Train Hard, Live Strong podcast. So stay tuned. We're going to dive deep into how this podcast is going to help you change your life. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Train Hard, Live Strong podcast. I'm your host, Coach Matt, and I'm here to explain to you how this podcast is going to help you achieve your body and health goals, okay? So first and foremost, I'm your host, Coach Matt, okay? I was born in Santa Barbara, California, and I was raised there until I was about 11 years old. And after that, my family and I, we moved to Arizona. That's where I went to high school and everything. As a kid growing up, I was very active. I never looked athletic. I was very skinny, very small kid, and in high school, I knew that I really needed to put on some muscle mass. I really felt insecure about myself, and my self-esteem was low. My confidence was at an all-time low, and I was never confident in myself ever. Even playing games, I always felt shy or embarrassed just because of how I looked and how I presented myself. But fitness came into my life when I was about 13 years old. That was the very first time I ever touched my first weight, and ever since that day I was hooked. I met amazing people, and every day I went to the gym, and I would walk to the gym because it was not even a block away from my school. I would go to Taco Bell, I would eat a bunch of food, and I would go to the gym and I would lift heavy weights for about 3 hours, and then I would go home and eat some more and go to sleep and then go back to school the next day. And as you can tell, that was completely horrible. but but I learned a lot. I met a lot of good people, and I did my thing within fitness, and I pushed myself, and I gained a lot of weight. Obviously, the newbie gains plus all the junk I was eating and lifting heavy weights and just drinking a bunch of protein shakes and stuff. And after that, I graduated high school, and a year after high school is when I enlisted into the military, and that's when I truly found out that this is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I wanted to help people. I wanted to push people to achieve their greatest self, because it helped me achieve my greatest self, especially in the military. I was, going through the ranks fast. I was getting promoted fast. I was getting noticed, and it was all because I pushed myself in the gym every single day, all the time, pushed my limits, raised my standards, and I became greater and greater every time I walked in that gym and walked out of the gym. So I excelled in the Army, and the year before I was about to get out, I wanted to go to school for what I wanted to do, and I did. Got my degree in exercise science, came out here to Houston, and it started to impact lives and help people achieve their body and health goals. So that's kind of my background in a nutshell, how I got here. I struggled a lot with putting on muscle mass. That was my biggest struggle. And the second thing was basically, I had super low confidence. I was never confident in myself. I always felt like I needed to improve, and I would push myself like past limits to the point of pure exhaustion, pure pain, and most of the time it led to injury. And that's why I began to educate myself and learn more about different training strategies and how I can achieve my body and health goals without damaging or hurting myself, because at the end of the day, it's health and fitness. We're trying to stay healthy and lift and be strong as long as possible, right? So I had a huge problem with putting on muscle mass. Then I had a huge problem with cutting down. I put on too much muscle. I put on, I was looking just like a balloon, but I had no definition. I was just a muscle. And at that point is when I learned more about nutrition and learned how to cut. And that's when I really started to define my body, and I finally got my first six-pack. Like, I finally was able to see my core, and that was when I was out of the Army, and I learned everything I needed to learn and really attacked my nutrition. So those are kind of the big struggles that I had to deal with, and that I overcame as well. Okay, so that led me to opening my fitness company and my apparel line, which is called Athletic Beings. And we really push on really striving for everyone to live an athletic lifestyle. Whenever you hear an athlete, or whenever you hear, you see someone on TV playing football or baseball or basketball, and you see that they train for hours and hours, right? backstage, when the doors are closed. They're waking up off season, and they're pushing their bodies. They're really training their minds and pushing themselves to achieve and be the greatest person on the court or on the field. And I truly believe that everyone else can do the same. If you are a CEO, or if you're a business owner, or if you're a mom or you're a dad, you should be striving every day to push your body in fitness, in health, in your nutrition. You should be able to push your body every single day to raise your standard and become greater and greater as these days pass by. Everyone is capable of achieving whatever goal they have for their body and health, no matter what obstacles are in their way, no matter what setbacks come into their life or in their path, and no matter what conditions they're in right now. Everyone can achieve their body and health goals. Athletic beings became really, really emotionally attached to me because of how much I believe in every single one of you. So what are you going to learn here in the Train Hard Live Strong podcast? Okay, you're going to learn many things that I have learned throughout my self-experience, throughout my lifetime so far, and what I've learned through my clients, myself, and the soldiers that I used to train when I was in the military as well. And not only that, I'll be bringing on other athletes, other people who have overcome major obstacles in their fitness journey. I'll be bringing them on here too as well on the podcast, so that they can share with you just how they overcame things and how they are still pushing their body and how they are accomplishing their goals every single day. Because a lot of people out there have done remarkable things, and sometimes we just need to be able to hear someone to give us the motivation to get up and pursue it. Sometimes we feel alone, and I have felt alone many times in my fitness journey, until I finally found someone that was struggling like me, and finally I felt like I wasn't alone, and I finally felt like I can accomplish my goals. And that's what I want to do for you all as well. Okay, I want you to feel not alone. I want you to feel like someone's here with you. Okay, we are all here as a family. Okay, we should be able to help each other out and give each other tips and suggestions and recommendations and things to just help all of us become the best people we could possibly be. Okay, right now America has one of the highest obesity ratings, and I know we can't drastically change this right now, but I know that we can help a lot of people achieve their body and health goals just by being here together and just pushing the person next to you. Okay, so this is going to change your life. This podcast will help you change your life and attack your goals by giving you the confidence, the knowledge, and support that you need to wake up every day and conquer what you want to conquer with your body and health goals. Okay, thank you again. All right, I'm super excited to continue on with these episodes in the Train Hard Live Strong podcast. All right, the only thing that I would ask for you is just to simply share this podcast out, or these episodes out, to your friends. Share it onto your Instagram story, maybe on a Snapchat, email it to someone, text it to someone. The more people we can get to hear this podcast and these episodes, the more lives we can change together. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. All right, I'm super excited to continue with these episodes. All right, train hard, live strong, never accept defeat. This is Coach Matt. I will see you all in the next episode.